seems to have anything in mind, so I have this game, Blind Fury versus Team Gorilla. They're in the pick phase right now.
All right, we'll get started early on in this one. There we go. Yeah, it looks like it. Team Gorilla, huh? Versus Blind Fury. So we actually have team names here. That's a good start. Oh, but we have a Naga in the game too.
True.
Awkward. All right,
Well,
so
I mean, after like a 21-minute blowout, maybe we need to balance out the average, right?
yeah, get a much longer game as a result. Okay. All right, so here we are, guys. Again, another match jumping into Blind Fury versus Team Gorilla. Looking forward to this one here, and again, hoping that at least we have a little bit closer of a matchup, if anything. Those are overall more entertaining, of course, especially in a tournament and open qualifiers like this. The draft is underway. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Tsunami once again here. And we got a Nagasaran Disruptor on the side of Team Gorilla. Witch Doctor, Earth Spirit, responses from Blind Fury. So a lot of supports. In fact, both supports already picked up by Blind Fury right here to kick things off. I'm telling you though, Lion is so good against a Nagasaran. Why don't people do that?
I mean, the capability of a lion hitting 25, that's pretty sketchy.
Well,
like, a lot of times people will be like, oh, well, so why isn't so being played as a carry? They have a level 25 talent. And I'm like, dude, you have to play the first 24 levels before you get to that point.
Okay, to be fair, no, I see what you're saying there. But to be fair, he does have two abilities that insta-kill illusions. There's the Hex and then the Mana Drain there. So, I mean, even without getting level 25, I still think there is some justification where insta-killing illusions that are usually going to be pretty powerful come the mid to late game is a pretty nice tool to have on a hero. So
yeah, no, I definitely agree, and I think if illusion heroes ever rise back to prominence besides like a Terrorblade, like Naga isn't even really that common anymore. You don't see her that frequently, and I think the only illusion hero that's really even somewhat competitively viable right now is Terrorblade. Team Freedom keeps trying to make PL a thing. I don't really think PL is a good hero, and that's really being generous if I say it like that. And plus, Lion doesn't really be too useful against a PL. But CK and Naga, I think, could definitely have a place of being counterpicked by Lion.
yeah.
Definitely CK.
All right, but again, not going to see that here as we already have the Witch Doctor and the Earth Spirit. Axe, third pick for Team Gorilla, so got...
Yeah, I'm surprised that all these picks are kind of still in the realm of competitive viability because, like, I know eHome, as you were casually watching last night, I believe, got cheesed out by a Meepo, didn't they?
No, I was watching that game on the Dota TV, and yeah, it was a final pick Meepo. And for those that don't know, eHome, of course, a team that went to the Boston Major last Major, and they're playing the Open Qualifiers because of some roster changes. They lost yesterday in the Open Qualifiers. Now, I'm being told there's rumors that it was kind of like a Smurf team of sorts. They had some decent players, but frankly, I don't think that should matter. I mean, a team like eHome should not be losing, even if it's like a Pug Smurf team. But as you pointed out, yeah, they last picked a Meepo, and the Meepo just got out of hand. Essentially.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that more teams aren't. It's BO1s, and people aren't really well equipped to deal with all sorts of pocket strategies in a BO1s if it's just like a non-professional team. Most professional teams, you won't be able to cheese out that way, but when you're making your way through pools, I'd say at least up until like the top 64 part of the bracket, you know, I'm surprised that more random pocket strategies aren't being used. And I mean, Wraith King, not a very commonly seen hero, so maybe we're onto something here.
They're listening to you a little bit. Yeah, the Wraith King coming out right here. My question is, though, what kind of Wraith King is that going to be? I know he has potential to maybe jungle, to be a core even, as like, where is he going to set up with this lineup so far?
I don't know, but Blind Fury wants nothing to do with it, immediately picking out an Invoker, so some EMP shenanigans might be something that Wraith King's gonna have to be concerned about. No other mana drainers, really, but I can see why Team Gorilla last banned Anti-Mage.
You know another hero that's good at mana draining?
Tell me.
Lion.
That's the one.
I see so much. Back.
Well, okay, no, they could... No, they need a one position. No. Blind Fury needs a carry.
It's not going to work here, but...
Although, the Lion mid that you proposed...
Dude, Invoker short lane?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You got Lion mid. we got potential here. No, that's okay. I should stop getting. All right, I don't know what it is with my obsession with Lion. I mean, I don't even really like the hero that much. It's just kind of just got caught up with it. Anyway, so Wraith King though, but yeah, as you're pointing out, the idea with the mana burn, just to make it clear, because it prevents him from being able to use Reincarnate, is what you're getting at, because he needs 160
Correct.
mana. Have that activated, so powerful tool. Yeah, the banning on the Anti-Mage makes sense because of that. Tinker, the final ban by Blind Fury here. So they believe that they still need the mid option, which is a safe assumption.
Yeah, although given that Team Gorilla is concerned about making sure that this Wraith King can get Reincarnation off easily, may lead me to believe that this is a carry Wraith King and possibly a mid Naga.
Okay, interesting. So if that's the case, then what? They're going to be getting a 4 or 5 support here then. So yeah, this last pick is obviously going to tell us a lot.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Nope, definitely not.
So it is support Wraith King, okay.
Or support Naga.
True.
Yeah.
Which may be a little bit better, since if you're going up against an OD can deal with illusions fairly easily, which is going to be a problem for the Alchemist as well, because Alchemist, I think, still kind of has that trend of doing Radiance Manta. We're seeing a little bit more versatility ever since there are some of the nerfs to illusions, but it still seems like the prevailing build is Radiance Octarine Manta. Sometimes you'll see an Armlet in between there, and sometimes like a Maelstrom, but yeah, this is going to be an illusion-heavy comp.
Naga currently doesn't have any items on him other than some. Yeah, he just shared a
she's
tango.
support.
Okay. Yeah, we don't really know the players, obviously, so it's hard to make assumptions from there. But with the items, that's a safe way to do it, as far as who's going where. So yeah, it is going to be mid Alchemist, the short lane Wraith King is we're getting at, the off lane Axe, and then the dual support of Destructor and Naga Siren. So yeah, a 4-position Naga Siren though, I mean, as you're getting, you could still farm up that. Do you still think, is that maybe how the game's going? You kind of judge from there if she still gets the Radiance, or is that like always going to be a thing? You usually just want to get the Radiance on Naga Siren.
If there weren't an Alchemist in the game, then I would say it's something to put on the table. But since there is an Alchemist, I'm pretty sure Naga will be looking for various other things.
Okay.
It does typically go as the game progresses. You make a decision as a Naga, like, am I scaling really well? Like we've seen Secret have some good luck with an initially starting support Naga that eventually transitions into a carry Naga, but yeah, with a Wraith King carrying and then Alchemist midding, I think that this Naga, maybe even looking for something like an Ag.
All right, Ags. You know, I actually found out about the Ags on Naga fairly recently. I kind of thought to myself, like, why the hell do we not see this as a core item on late game Naga Sirens? Because it heals teammates, right?
Correct, and with a pretty healthy amount as well.
Seems pretty strong.
Yeah, I guess the main issue is that both teams are bot time, and so depending on your team comp, sometimes net immediately on the Beastmaster bot lane.
Yeah, he's in trouble. The Wraithfire Blast on top of that. You got Disruptor following it up with a Thunder Strike, so some good DPS involved. But I think Beastmaster is going to be tanky enough to survive. Has those tangles. Hasn't eaten anything, though, yet. He gets netted once again. He's going to die right there. So they dive him all the way to the tower. Nice block from Disruptor, but it's not enough. Earthspirit with that Orbit Venom chasing him down, and this could be a 2-for-1. Unless Wraith King has something to say about it. In fact, he does. There's another Wraithfire Blast. No Thunderstrike, though, from Disruptor, but the blocks of the creeps. Earthspirit in a little bit of trouble.
Mango used. Stun in 1 second.
Oh, he's diving, though. This is risky. Yeah, Cyberpunk. You do not want to dive into that. Earthspirit goes back in, and the turnaround is real. 2-for-1 is successful. Net comes out from Nagasar. What action we have down here as a Remnant Stone going through. But now Disruptor's the one in a little bit of trouble. So Witch Doctor porting down here proving to be a good decision.
Yeah, it's a tough call as a Disruptor whether you want to go for the Thunderstrike at level 1 or the Glimpse at level 1. And Thunderstrike does deal a fair amount of damage. It's pretty much, I guess, roughly around 140 magic damage after resistance is calculated at level 1. But sometimes with a Glimpse, if you have good right clicks, if you have a tri-lane, you may be better off getting a kill that way. And yeah. Beastmaster does eventually give up first blood, but yeah, they did give up 2 kills as a result.
So how about what we're seeing right here, and the action kind of dying out a little bit at the bottom lane? Obviously Invoker's in the middle lane, but that does mean the short lane OD, and that's kind of something that didn't hit me initially when we saw the finish of the draft right there. Why would they go OD when they already had an Invoker, and is a short lane OD good, do you think? Could that potentially be good?
Yeah, it's surprising, because I think in terms of lane domination, an OD does a better job solo rather than an Invoker against, I guess, in having an Alchemist kind of changes the equation. Invoker can deal with an Alchemist a little bit better since he has Quas regen, and OD, he has pretty good armor, but he has no real passive regen as Cyberpunk gets another kill on the Beastmaster.
Yeah. Got that
So
down there.
I can understand why they decided to send the OD up top.
Okay. But yeah, it's now the justification again. They picked that, knowing that they already had an Invoker, of course, and is the OD going to be the strongest? I think that also kind of sets them up for more of a mid-game victory right here. They want to win by this mid-game stage. Not to say that they can't scale too well, but you got other heroes obviously on the other side that are potentially going to be much more powerful. As that tornado whiffing right there from Invoker.
That's a 1 Wex tornado that does not go very far.
No. So Focky on the Invoker right here. Unfortunately, not the most follow-up, but hey, Alchemist, he's fine. He'll heal on up, and he's good to go. He does have a Soul Ring earlier on, has those Boots of Speed being delivered to him in the near future. But Beastmaster says, I'm tired of dealing with that bottom lane. He's going to make his way into the jungle over here. Of course, he has an Iron Talon, so much use coming from that. But this will set up a free farming Wraith King now.
Wow, that range on the net to catch out the Beastmaster, actually. Kinetic Field not really coordinated the best. Beastmaster's going to get out.
Yeah. And that's the case, too. I don't know. Is Kinetic Field... I feel like second point should be going to Glimpse, and I don't think that's a hindsight thing, right? Like, Glimpse is just so strong of an ability, man.
It is. The only thing is that, I guess, with a high cooldown, you're kind of tied to it, whereas, net, mid lane, they get the Invoker.
He's in trouble. Nice job with the Remnant stun, though, and out comes the Ghost Walk right there, buying enough time. So beautiful stun from the Earth Spirit with the Boulder Smash to help save his Invoker teammate.
It seems like this Naga and this Disruptor are kind of very heavily roaming early on, and level 1 Glimpse has a 60-second cooldown, whereas Kinetic Field only has like a 13-second cooldown as roll in on the mid lane.
That's fair, I guess, yeah. So as far as the reset capability, not as high, but he does have it now at level 3, of course, but yeah. But again, in hindsight, maybe potentially missing out on a kill. It wouldn't have guaranteed it, though, either, to be fair, so worth a discussion, nonetheless, as far as what he could have gone for there. But Earth Spirit, he's been pretty active early on with the Witch Doctor. I mean, this is a deadly roaming combination, right? You got Witch Doctor, he has... Now, level 1 Maledict isn't the scariest thing in the world, but it's still some nice amp damage. And you got Earth Spirit, one of the better initiators early on in the game with that barrel roll. They want to set up in the middle lane again, but he's not making it easy for them.
Yeah, and now Alchemist has hit level 6, so even with a Maledict pretty much gets cancelled out by the passive regen of Chemical Rage, so there's very little damage going on to this Alchemist, especially because the Invoker did go QW, so no points in Exort. And now another Kinetic Field in the jungle. Glimpse is used.
Yeah, there we go.
South.
White Corpse, though, is going to go right to his teammates, and all of a sudden, you got Disruptor and Naga Siren's the one in trouble. No TP's coming to the Shrine, though, so they should be able to walk this off. And yeah, White Corpse on that Beastmaster does need to be careful. Kinetic Field going to trap him in once again. Alchemist now joining the party. No Unstable Concoction, though. He does pop Chemical Rage running at them, but he takes a stun with the rest of them, and these Boulder Smashes have been pretty on point. Here comes a point actually from OD. Now looking to set up that kill as the Imprisonment comes out, and Disruptor, see ya, as he falls out of it right there for the death. So the 3-2 lead now successful in favor of the Dire side. Blind Fury, I believe, is their name over here. So a nice response coming out.
And now as OD comes to the bot lane, I realize another thing that I didn't really mention in the draft. We mentioned EMP being an issue, but Sanity's Eclipse and the Arcane Orb are also going to be issues for this Wraith King to deal with, as Sanity's Eclipse just straight up burns 40% of your mana, and then Arcane Orb is going to be stealing your int as well.
Yeah, that could be an issue. And you see the Hand of Midas. He rushes into that ASAP. He doesn't even have boots just yet. He's going to go to the side shop right here and buy them right now. But what about that decision to go rush into the Hand of Midas? Is that the correct one?
He's contesting how much this Alchemist is going to be farming. It's tough to say it's the right call, because with a Beastmaster, you kind of want to push early on. And with a straight-up Midas, you're not equipped to join in 5-man pushes yet. And OD doesn't really have the best items to go for pushing. You don't really see mech anymore. You used to see it back in the day when Buckler used to give mana, or it used to proc Essence Aura, but not anymore. And so, net bot lane.
Yeah, speaking of that Witch Doctor, he gets caught down here. In comes the Earth Spirit, but not nearly enough for the Boulder Smash to save him. Although that Casket's bouncing it around, but now game for
Wraithfire
Bryce
Blast.
here on the Earth Spirit. He might be in trouble for the turn, and he certainly is. A final auto attack, even a crit coming out. Not necessary, but that Mortal Strike doing work. And Wraith King secures the turn kill on him. So a double kill coming out in favor of the Radiant as they take the 4-3 lead now. Yeah, that was a case of sometimes you just got to let the kill happen. Not get overcommitted.
Thankfully, only 2 supports given up, but you're giving kills to the carry, so that's always something you need to be careful about. And it's time spent not bothering this Alchemist, who is actually less CS than the Axe. Well, it was less CS than the Axe, but still heavily in the highest net worth favor.
Yeah, looking at that right there. 4,400 net worth currently. The next closest is that OD at
Beastmaster, level 6 top lane. They have this Axe, but they go for the call.
Oh no, the Berserker's call. The Culling Blade comes out and down goes the Beastmaster right there. So I saw them setting up bottom lane, kind of cut to that pretty late, but yeah, I guess he just got close enough in range of the Berserker's call.
Yeah, and OD got some really unlucky procs on Essence Sora, put out like 4 arcane orbs and none of them procced, so rough match. And now Invoker's going aggressive, but he doesn't know that Naga's right behind him.
Yeah, that Invis setting up. But that was a Ghost Walk, yeah. Couldn't get the ensnare off. Good escape there again with that Ghost. Although I do think that's a little bit of the fault of the Radiant, right? Like if you're going up against an Invoker here, you're being aggressive against him constantly. Probably got to be carrying that Dust or at least the Sentry.
Or Naga was maybe being overconfident because Ensnare does prevent enemies from going invis, or rather, if they go invis, you have detection for the duration of the ensnare. But yeah, it's still a risky proposition. It's now Wraithfire Blast on the bot lane, but they don't know that Earth Spirit's here.
Yeah, and he's been saving grace several times. These boulder smashes are on point. That Cask also helping. He throws down the Maledict in the face. It is a level 2 Maledict, actually. And you do notice that Witch Doctor does not have his heal. Meanwhile, at the top lane, White Corpse going down there on that Beastmaster, and they're just going to walk it off. So not really any follow-up damage coming out with the Maledict applied means that they're going to be fine. So again, a couple of things there, though. Earth Spirit, he's definitely being on point here for the most part with these boulder smashes, making it look easy. But Witch Doctor going more the aggressive build here, passing up Voodoo Restoration. Are you a fan?
It's a common trend these days. I don't really like it too much because Witch Doctor struggles for levels, and just one value point in Voodoo Restoration makes life a lot easier. The justification is that with a heavy roam, then sometimes you can rely on shrines, and you don't really need the heals that much, and maybe you're just going to go for Tranquil Boots early on. Against an Alchemist, I don't really think that maxing out Maledict is the best. Or actually, an Alchemist and the Lifesteal Aura of Wraith King, that kind of makes it difficult because Maledict damages depending on the amount of damage you take between ticks. So if you're healing up between ticks, it's kind of irrelevant. It's now Blink and Reveal on the bot lane.
Yeah, that Thunder Strike on him as well, so plenty of damage follow-up, but there's that Blink Dagger as mentioned being revealed, but hey, gets a kill, mission accomplished. And now this bottom tower going to be heavily pressured. So Wraith King, by the way, he's level 9. He almost has his, wait, actually, he should have his armlet finished, right? Yeah, it's being delivered, it looks like, on the courier. There we go. The armlet's going to be finished, and he's going to Mask of Madness. He has that queued up at least, as far as his follow-up. So he's going for a very aggressive early build here.
I think Mask of Madness is very underrated right now. Ever since the change to become a silence, it pretty much just fell off the map, and I think that was unnecessary. I think there are a lot of heroes that can still take advantage of Mask of Madness. You just need to be a little bit more creative about how you play around the silence, and I think Wraith King is definitely one of the heroes that can take advantage of it. Only one active spell that you need to be concerned about, and it's on an 8-second cooldown, and Berserk's duration on the Mask of Madness is also 8 seconds, so put out the stun, turn on the Mask of Madness. Who cares if you have an armor drop? You have an armlet. Who cares if you're silenced? You only have one spell anyway.
Yeah, I know Sven has kind of been a hero that's been brought up as like, okay, he's actually still pretty decent with the Mask of Madness, but we honestly don't see a lot of Sven as of late, it feels like. So, but I'm with you. It actually makes a lot of sense as you're pointing out, and it doesn't prevent the ultimate, right? Like silences do not prevent the ultimate by any means. So
it doesn't.
It's just that Q as you're talking about with the Wraithfire Blast. So yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense. It's going to be fun to see here, but not so fun for the other side because they're going to be running into that, and that's going to be a lot of damage, especially with some crits in between. So it seems like this early game definitely working out pretty well for Team Gorillas over here, as they got about a 7,500 net worth lead already. Jeez, 4,000 experience lead. It's not looking good for Blind Fury on the Dire side.
Thankfully, they don't have any towers yet on the Dire team, so there is still some unclaimed gold on the map, whereas Radiant team has 2 towers, so that's helping out their net worth. But because their net worth is getting helped out, their supports, their carries, their initiators are all completing important items. Like I said, this Axe has his Blink Dagger completed, Wraith King has his Armlet completed, and now it looks like they want to go for a kill on this Witch Doctor who's just chilling, just minding his own business.
He's like, what's up, guys? So what are we doing? Oh my god, all of a sudden they're jumping him, and the Shrine is ready to go, by the way, but there's a song coming out from Nagasar, and the setup onto the OT, but in comes the roar from the background of Beastmaster Disruptor, thrown in the air by the Tornado. He will be turn killed. So far, the only kill of this fight, actually, working out in favor of the Dire side, and now Axe in trouble, but he's going to be able to pour it out, and wow, they reset right there.
Not quite. Naga Siren gets Astral mid-TP, gets cancelled, so 2 go down.
Where was Wraith King during all of that?
He was farming Ancients.
Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, they could have used him in that fight. He chose not
Could have used him. Could have probably used the Alchemist either. I don't think Alchemist was anywhere near that.
Yeah, it seemed like that was going to be a beautiful fight, but yeah, they did not have the numbers. They didn't have both of their cores, essentially, right there. Again, Naga is a support as well, so yeah, kind of overstepping their boundaries, as I like to say. So much for Team Guerrillas having a very comfortable early lead. That's not going to help their cause, as Blind Fury will benefit from it. But I was just about to say going into that fight, too, that Blind Fury, I mean, they're not ready to fight right now. They have Hannah Midas on both Invoker and OD. They want time here to be able to farm. You have the Forest Staff coming along for OD, which is great. But what about Beastmaster? He's actually going to be going the Necronomicon, and it is just about finished. But getting that over, maybe say that Blink Dagger for the initiation purpose. Do you like it going into the Necro ASAP?
I imagine the theory is they want even more mana burn to deal with this Wraith King, but I think that may be a little bit overkill at this point. I would prefer the Blink Dagger because they don't have reliable initiation. They have a Force Staff on OD, but that's not really the best. They have an Earth Spirit, but this Earth Spirit's very, very low HP. If he rolls into a fight, he's almost definitely going to die quickly after, not going to be able to propagate that Magnetize. So I would have preferred at least someone on the Dire team to go initiation, and looks like they're concerned with mainly just holding out for the late game and turtling it up.
Wraith King, though, he does have that Mask of Madness now. So, and that's, again, that's a I want to fight item. So if Wraith King just continues to farm, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed here. I mean, granted, he wants to get a Blink Dagger as well, which is another I want to fight item, but man, I feel like that they really should be taking advantage of these couple Hannah Midases, this being behind on the Dire side. And again, it kind of goes back to that previous fight that took place where part of the team wanted to, but the main parts of the cores weren't necessarily ready. But you have a Radiance even on Alchemist here with that Armlet. Yeah, you need to be looking to fight, and it does finally seem like Team Guerrillas is looking as a team to make some plays right here. So Alchemist level 2 Unstable Concoction, so he's got that stun now to provide as well. Oh, they're pinging over here at the jungle. Do they actually see uphill? No, they do not. They don't have any vision up here. Oh, but they're going to. Invoker gets caught, gets the Ghost Walk off, but they have the vision, and out comes the background ultimate from Disruptor as well to put under onto Invoker, but down goes Beastmaster. The Sanity's Eclipse coming out right there, and Disruptor taking the bounces from the cask in the background. Meanwhile, Wraith
no
King,
mana for reincarnation.
Yeah, he cannot reincarnate if he falls right here. The Magnetize taking him down, but the Armlet Toggle will keep him alive in the background, and now OD, he gets caught by the Berserker's Call. He will end up falling. Boulder Smash going through, trying to save his teammates. Now it's Witch Doctor getting run down, though. That cask again saving the day, but no heal is not going to bring him up, and the Ice Path will save him in the long run, however. So, well, it ends up only being a 2-0. It seemed like it could have been, oh, let's make it a 3-0. Never mind.
Oh, he died right next to the shrine.
Okay.
That's going to hurt.
And he gets out. That Battle Hunger doing the work right there. So, a 3-0 in the end. A little bit better.
Yeah, but forcing the Wraith King out of the fight so early on was definitely a big asset. He's probably going to need to get a BKB very soon. I wouldn't say next item because TG are so far ahead, so it's not really necessary. But yeah, he's going to be needing to get that if they want to pursue going high ground anytime soon.
Wraith King leading the way, that Mask of Madness activated. Wearing off here though, but obviously Chemical Rage is up for Alchemist, and not sure what that's about in chat right there. But,
I'm sure it's something very wholesome.
Yeah, I'm sure it's, you know, you guys are playing this very well. Just wanted to say that. Sleep comes out as the, oh, that was a miscommunication. Berserker's Call, but obviously with the sleep kind of stalling things. Allowing them to set up, though, with a big Static Storm onto the 2 cores, OD and Invoker. Nice Boulder Smash through. OD is going to put himself under. Delay even more. Tornado coming through the background. Big call in the background, though, from Unknown. From Axe right there, and down goes Invoker. He does not have enough mana for another Culling Blade, but he got the big kill on Invoker. Witch Doctor dead. Down goes Beastmaster. Yeah, it wasn't the beautiful of starts there necessarily with the miscommunication, but they made it work.
Yeah, it's a low risk setup. Even if the axe misses his initiation, you still have the backup of the kinetic field static storm, which seems to be the. I imagine that this is why they drafted these two heroes together. It's pretty simple initiation. You get the sleep, you have all the time in the world to put down a kinetic field, you have all the time in the world to put down a static storm, and that takes at least 2 heroes out of commission, and if you're lucky, 3, 4, or 5.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was all 5 in that case right there, with the sleep hitting all of them, and obviously allowing for the easy setup with the static storm kinetic field combo as mentioned. So 13-5 lead now in favor of the Radiant side, dipping over that 10,000 net worth lead now, about a 10,000 experience lead, so their biggest lead of the game. And they might be smoking up right here. They're kind of setting up as, oh, is that a, wow, Nagasaran does not have a Radiance. Wait, does he?
She was, wait,
it's on the illusion. What am I missing?
that has to be an exploit.
What am I missing right here?
Well, I think they're putting Alchemist's Radiance on Naga. She's making illusions and they have it.
Oh
okay.
My god.
I need to look at that again.
Oh, get the admins in here.
That's definitely not intended.
That is, yeah, that really threw me. But I think you're right, because I was like, wait, he has a Radiance all of a sudden?
Well, I don't know if it was working or not, though, because I saw it, and I saw the little glowy effect. It may just be for show, or maybe real.
Maybe kind of trying to intimidate them, like he acted like he has it. If it's not actually doing damage, then yeah, I don't think there's any foul.
Yeah, then
there,
I don't care.
If it is, that's a little interesting.
Yeah, that's a little sus.
Initiation to the back. OD is caught as well, though, by the Berserker's Call. He will be forced after away. Witch Doctor does get picked off, though. You see Foggy in the distance on Invoker. He's like, what do you want me to do? He's just going to pop Ghost Walk, try to run out of here. Sending the Eclipse comes out. They do get the kill on the supports, but the cores are still real, and they are very, very alive, although Unknown is dropping right now. That Magnetize doing work on him. One more auto tech. Invoker will finish him off, but Beastmaster starts to limp away. Invoker goes down, and they have Cyberpunk here on Wraith King. Again, he still hasn't actually activated the Reincarnate yet, because of all this mana burns coming out, but he hasn't died either. And they will chase down onto Beastmaster, the ultra kill for Alchemist to secure it in the end. And now put pressure on this tower. He's gonna stun himself awkwardly, but
yeah, there was a TP coming in from the Witch Doctor, but he quickly realized, wait a second, there are 2 cores still alive. I probably can't defend this.
Yeah. Not gonna work right there, so. But yeah, I guess everything has died once, but yeah, again, I don't think his Reincarnate has been popped yet. This mana burn has been plenty. You talked about earlier, though, getting the BKB. That probably is gonna be potentially next in line for him.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Or maybe he's just gonna hold out for the level 25 and have that no reincarnation mana cost talent. But like I said, you can't rely on 25s.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit ways here before that'll be happening. I mean, he's only level 15. His teammate is level 17, though, in Alchemist, so as expected. God, look at that net worth, by the way. 18,000 net worth. The next closest is the Wraith King at 8,500.
Yeah, okay. Oh, no, okay. I thought you were talking at the net worth graph, and I was about to qualify it being like, well, there's an Alchemist, so not quite as genuine of a net worth advantage as we see in some games. They might jump Invoker? Blind jump. Poor Witch Doctor.
It's a quick kill. Wraith King is by himself currently. Here comes the illusion, actually, of Alchemist. Obviously, they should... Oh, then I don't know if they really know this. EMP going out right there. It is going to hit Alchemist himself, but the sleep setup. And this should be big once again. The call actually going to whiff right there from Unknown, it looked like, but they do catch OD in that static storm. He 4 staffs away, but down goes her sprint in the background. And OD, it's just a matter of time now. The meatball just rolling through. But he will fall on top of that. No buyback for the OD right there. And that's really, I guess, a 2 for nothing in the midst, or really 3 for nothing.
Oh, okay, wait. Naga has the Radiance. She makes illusions. Now send the illusion somewhere. I want to see if they burn.
The damage, yeah. Let's see.
No. God damn it.
Creeps, go.
No, don't GG out yet.
We need to figure this out.
I need answers.
There we go. He's almost there.
Oh my god, they are burning.
Is it actually doing it? You're right, it is.
Oh my god. This is like, this has been, I'm pretty sure it's been patched out multiple times. So that is mighty shady.
And it's so, like, unnecessary, too, that but see, this is, obviously, we're not admins. We're not ones to make calls here, but, I mean, it's, if I was one, it's like, part of me's like, clever use of game mechanics. You know, we have the infamous TI situation with the Pudge Chen play back when it was that TI2 or whatever it was, and that was a quote-unquote clever use of game mechanics. So it eventually got patched out, but can you really fault teams for using it?
This is beyond that, in my opinion. This is like the reason why the Chen, like mechanically speaking, it made sense why the Chen Pudge thing worked, because the hook always takes you back to wherever Pudge is whenever the hook ends. So it kind of made sense in terms of how the mechanics work. There's really no justification for why an item that isn't owned by you won't work on the hero, but will work on illusions.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's clear that they know what's going on. It's not like a mistake by any means.
No, yeah, this is 100% intentional. It wasn't like, hey, like, give me your radiance for a second. I want to see what happens.
No, they're doing it over and over. Witch Doctor explodes right there. So it looks like the Gorillas is on their way to a victory. And again, what makes it even a little more unfortunate is that they didn't need that at all. Like, that's not necessary. That was so unnecessary for them to be doing. They're just kind of doing it to show off almost, and now it could put their victory, potential victory, in question here now. But go figure, this is a game we jumped into.
Right. Though it is very curious. I did not know that it was back to working, and I hope that it gets patched out very quickly, because this is definitely extremely viable in like literally every pub game. Because even if you don't have a Naga Siren, you can just build a Manta style and like your Terror Blade or something. Roar onto the Alchemist.
They're gonna try to jump him right here, but that Chemical Rage is up. Good luck killing him. EMP going out in the background though. Wraith King, he's putting the damage out to Beastmaster. He will fall. Magnetize spreading some good damage. The sleep coming out from Naga though. Kind of an awkward sleep right there, but the Static Storm on top of OD. He will end up falling. And this push going to be more than successful in favor of the Radiant side. They're going to be able to get the melee racks most likely. Although buyback from the Beastmaster and the Sunstrike almost killing Wraith King. He does have Reincarnate though, so he will pop back up right here. Plenty of mana to do so. They do get the ranged racks. The melee racks, however, is staying alive for the time being. And now Naga getting caught with the Berserker's Call on one at least. Sanity's Eclipse will finish off Naga's turn, but again, it's a support Naga, so not necessarily the biggest deal in the world for them. The song already used. Beastmaster goes down. OD now trying to keep his distance with the Ice Path in front, but Berserker's Call from Max, and he jumps right on over. They're pinging the Shrine as if they want to use it right there. They get it off in time, and they will get the kill onto the Red King, who has an Aegis now. So this is his third life coming out. Half-Life 3 is real, baby. Ember Spirit, or Earth Spirit, excuse me. It's going to be called back on. Down goes Invoker. Buyback on Witch Doctor. Knocking him out of though. GG well played is being called. No, they called GG earlier technically. Didn't actually concede, but I think, yeah, there we go. That one is official. And Team Gorillas, well, for now, they're victorious. We'll see what the end result is, but
I am putting an asterisk by that victory.
Yeah.
I mean, they won, like, objectively speaking, regardless, like you said, of the exploit or not, but still, that is mighty questionable.
I think just like you, I'm kind of worried for pub games now myself too. It's like, because we have what, 6,000 people tuning in. Obviously, the word's going to spread now, and all of a sudden, people are going to be taking a quote-unquote advantage of this game mechanic here in pubs now. So yeah, hopefully Valve will get on top of that and maybe look to patch that, because that clearly is not intended as far as what's going on. All right. So what we're gonna do right here, actually, I need to personally get some water and do a quick restroom break. So we're gonna go on break real quickly, guys. But if we want to look for another match in the meantime. And again, guys,
I'll snoop around.
Yeah, we're just jumping around, guys, to open. We're not following a specific team. These earlier rounds, it's kind of pointless to do. We're just kind of jumping around, having fun. So feel free to suggest any matches that you think would be fun to jump into here and cast here for the European qualifiers. But I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Tsunami here, tuning into Beyond the Summit's coverage of the European Open qualifiers. We'll be right back, guys. More games coming up soon.